Hello. Oh my God, I can't even see. It's so loud outside. Hi, everybody. I don't know. This is probably going to be, I don't know. I feel like the connection's going to be really bad in here because it's like stalling. You guys hear me? Hello. Hola. I'm not going to be here very long. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Charlene. I just wanted to like talk to you guys really, really quick. I cannot be in here. I have really like a million things to do tonight, so I can't be in here long, but I had a minute to come in here, so I wanted to like come in real quick before I have to do some things. Hi, hello. My connection might not be that good because I feel like it's lagging for some reason. Hi, Art Blue. Hello. Hi, Tina. I'm not going to be, like I said, I'm not going to be here really long. I just wanted to kind of clear something up. Hi, Clea. Hello, hello. So if you guys could please share this video because it's really important that other MJ fans hear it. With some information. Hey, girl. I wanted to clear up really quick. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you've, like, I've talked about it before, but I know something could happen. I don't even know if people are going to come in here because it's like super late. And I know like a lot of people don't come in here late at night. So I'm just waiting for a couple more people to come in. Then I'll just like, get started because I can only be in here for like maybe like 15, 20 minutes. I have some stuff that I have to get done. So I'm just going to wait for a couple more people to come in. How's everybody doing? How's everyone? Summer's like right around the corner. It's super hot here in Las Vegas. It's like we finally have like reached our summer at this point. I haven't been online very much at all. I'm almost like never online or on any kind of apps or anything anymore. I'm always just like I'm trying to focus on my business like so much. I'm never really around, but I did see something today that I wanted to talk about. There are so many people outside right now. It's ridiculous. It's like so fucking ghetto where I live. People are insane. 8 people. Let's get to like 12. Hi, Rachel. Charlene, do you hear? Did you, Charlene, look out the window? There's literally like 30 fucking people in the parking lot. I I can't deal right now with the ghetto. 13 people. They're having like a fucking family reunion in the parking lot apparently at 8:39 at night on a Monday. It's ridiculous. There was like fighting all night. It's crazy. I can't wait to move out of this place. This place is so where I live is so expensive too. I know. I can't believe Mac had a baby. Hi, Catherine. It's wild, huh? Okay, I think I had 12 people in here. So I wanted to talk to you guys really quick because oh, now people left. Okay, so I guess I did not see this video, but I guess TJ and his wife did a 23andMe ancestry test. And I guess they did the video about it. I didn't see the video myself. I haven't watched it yet because I just heard about it because someone told me that there were like posts being made saying that they did this 23andMe test and apparently the Jacksons have no Native American blood and blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to come in here real quick and talk to you guys about that because I don't want a lot of the research that I've done, a lot of the videos I've done, a lot of the points that I've tried to drive home about Michael has a lot to do with his history, his ancestry, where he comes from, part of who he is. And I don't want my work discredited because people try to say that. So I want to go over a couple of things with you guys. So first and foremost, before I even get into the lineage of the Jacksons, I want you guys to be very clear. I know this for a fact. The ancestry test and the 23andMe test, they are able to register some Native Americans, but they are not able to pin down particular Native American tribes. They cannot do it. They've never been able to do it. Um, especially and I want you guys to hear this, especially indigenous Black Native Americans. People who say that they don't exist are completely crazy. They are absolutely real. Black Native Americans are real. all Black people that are in this country did not come on a slave ship over from Africa. That is a lie. Okay. So I'm kind of like perplexed that some people don't know this, that there are actually indigenous Black people that are from America, but they are. And a lot of the different tribes that are not able to be registered on 23andMe and Ancestry are indigenous Black tribes that actually come from here, that are from the Americas. They do not register these tribes on these tests because then it will call into question things about things that happen here. It's a huge rabbit hole. It's a lot of information. I linked in this video a video I did called Blood Threat that talks about the lineage of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's family. Michael Jackson is in fact part Native American. His family, Joe, um, Joe's people come from the Choctaw tribe. Joe himself has stated this multiple times. I did a whole video on it. The guy that you guys see in this video is actually, I think it's Israel. So I think he's like the great grandfather. He is Native American and Black. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of this. People who are going around saying that like the Jacksons have no Native American DNA because of the test that TJ and his wife did. It's it's not true. Okay. I don't think that Joe would lie about his family history. Michael has stated multiple times that he has Native American in his blood. It is not a lie that Black people, not all Black people come from indigenous Black tribes, but a lot do. So I don't want anyone painting that false narrative that they don't. This African American, this people that people are so proud of and don't even know their own history is very sad. But I just want you guys to know that I did link a video inside of this. I did a research video years about this. It's actually inside of the link of this video. It's called Blood Threat. It goes down the whole, everything is fact. Everything is researched. All the records are there about Michael's family, his lineage. They are partnered. I didn't watch TJ's video. I don't know what's in his video. I don't know if he said they had no Native American. I have no idea. But the Jacksons do have they have strong Native American ties. They are strongly related to the Choctaw Native Americans. This is like a fact. This is not like a speculation. It's 100% fact. They do have Native Americans. They actually have the Jacksons probably have more Native American in their blood than they have Black in their blood because Catherine's people also have Native. I don't really know much about her lineage. I know on Catherine's mother's what's the thing that when they study your history? I don't remember what it's called, but the census. Her mother is listed as like mulatto. So the family has a lot of history. But just so you guys know, 23andMe and Ancestry, while they can list some Native American tribes, they can find a tiny portion of it. They literally say on their website they cannot pinpoint your tribe specifically. They're not able to do that. They will not. I think Ancestry.com. They don't even trace Native Americans at all. It's not even part of your test. But I think with 23andMe, they do. So people are kind of trying to like play this game that like, oh, because he didn't say that they're not. That's not true. People need to learn their history. There are Black indigenous people that were not slaves. And the fact that people are in their 50s and 60s and don't know that blows my mind. This is not like a made up thing, a false premise. This is actual history. There are Black indigenous people. Just Google Black indigenous people. It's all there. All the information's there. These are real Native Americans that are in fact Black. They're not traditional Asian, looking Native Americans. They're actually Black people. And the Jacksons actually are part indigenous Native American. July Gale was a healer. He was a shaman. He was a singer, a performer. He is Michael's great grandfather. I just want you guys to know about that. That's kind of what this was about because I know I saw people posting stuff saying like, oh, because TJ proves like that's not true. These people are Native. They're Black. Don't get me wrong. They're Black. They are Black. The Jacksons are Black. They're Black Americans. We should be proud of that. We love are Black people. They are Black, but they do have Native American DNA. They are part Native American. As I said, I did not watch TJ's test. I don't know what he posted. I don't know what came up in his test, but for someone to post that they have no Native American is absolutely false. Yes, exactly, Clea. But Native Americans, Indigenous Black people are in fact Native. I mean, I just want you guys to know that, because I know people are. A lot of my work is Michael was very, 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 very much into his history. It was very important to him. Anyone who really knows a lot about who Michael actually like is, like what interests him, knows that he was very, very interested in that part of himself. Very healing and just the culture. Michael was very, very much into learning more about that side of his bloodline. This is why you have Can You Feel It? I know some people it's like kind of like over their heads. They don't want to like think that deeply when it comes to Michael. They want to look at like very surface things. But I just want you guys to know this was very much a part of his history. Very much a part of who he is. People are doing this because people are literally still trying to discredit that like Michael's kids are his. This is their way of doing that. This is their way of saying that there's no way Michael's kids can look how they look because they're all African American. It's not true. It's false. Michael's kids are biologically his. All three of them are. The family has Native American. If you guys see Taj's children, Taj has a daughter. Taj's daughter looks exactly like Paris. They could be like literally sisters. I don't know if I think she's like 2. She looks exactly like Paris did when Paris was a little girl. They could be literally be like sisters. Marlon's grandchildren look exactly like Paris. People are still bent on the fact that Michael has a white passing daughter. They cannot get past it. It's so weird. The obsession is so strange. I don't understand it. Terrell's kids also look very similar to Paris and Prince and Blanket. I just the thing that bothers me the most about the whole I mean, I honestly don't really follow these arguments anymore because I really don't care. I mean, at this point, people are going to think what they want to think. It's their business. It's their opinion. That's why I don't really pay attention to this shit anymore because it's like it's stupid. But like the thing that always like made no sense to me that I don't understand with people, like when it comes to like logic, Michael and Lisa divorced because she would not give him a child. Okay, that's why they literally divorced because she would not have a child by him. So please make it. I want people to kind of like make this make sense to me. Michael and Lisa got a divorce because she wouldn't have a biological child by him. So Michael then turns around and says, "Well, you know what? Lisa won't have a biological child by me, so I'll go adopt 2 white kids by Debbie Rowe, right? And then turn around and have a biological child because Blanket is Michael's fucking twin. If anybody denies that, they're insane. Like he literally is Michael's clone. So where is the logic in that? Why would Michael get a divorce from Lisa because she wouldn't have a kid with him, turn around, adopt 2 white kids, and then have a biological child later? There's like no logic. No logic. These people are like, there's something wrong. I don't know. I don't argue with these people anymore. I don't really care. Everyone's gonna always have their opinion. It's fine. It just these people claim to be like so logical and so smart, but there's no logic to that. Why would you adopt 2 white kids in between having your own child and having a divorce because someone won't birth your kid? Because if that was the case, couldn't Michael just adopted a baby with Lisa, right? If Michael wanted to just adopt white kids, why did he just adopt 2 white kids with Lisa and have a happy marriage? Right? If he was so afraid to pass on his DNA, why the fuck does Blanket exist then? Because you cannot deny that Blanket and Michael are like the same person. So I don't understand people's obsession with it's so weird. I don't understand it. It's like they just cannot. They don't really go after Prince that much, but like with Paris, they like obsess over it. Like it's so weird. And like I said, I don't. I'm hoping people don't do this as much anymore. I guess they might still, but If you want to really know who Michael is, you need to understand Michael's lineage, where he comes from, who he is, his bloodline, everything. And people who try, I'm not letting someone discredit the work that I've put forward. So I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that, like, I don't know what TJ's little test says, but 100%, like, Michael has Native American in his bloodline, in his lineage. It was a great, great, great parent. So by the time you figure, with those being great, great, great grandparents, that by the time it gets to like TJ, um, of course it's probably like, weird, because it's probably like very like, diluted by the time it got to TJ. But I just wanted you guys to know that, like, people have they also, I don't think Prince looks anything like Debbie, because I don't think that Debbie is Prince's mother. I don't think she is. But that's another conversation for another day. I don't think that Prince is Debbie's biological child. I think he's Michael's biological child, but I think he's somebody else's mom. I think that Paris looks a little bit like Debbie when she was younger, but I think Paris looks a lot like Michael. When Michael was like during the Thriller era, she looks a lot like Michael. She has like his like face during the Thriller era, but I don't know. The Jacksons have a very strong, like, they have a very strong gene, so I think they all look very similar to like their cousins. People are always comparing Michael's kids because they're like, well, how come all the other kids don't look like that? But their mothers are not white. Like, Jermaine's kids are not white. I think he has one kid. No, I don't think any of his kids are half white. TJ's kids are not white. Like, those, I'm sorry, Tito's kids are not half white. Michael is the only one that has kids with a white woman. Other kids are not half white. So that's why they don't look like that. If you look at the kids who are half white in that family, they look very similar to Paris. But, skin color doesn't mean anything. You could be passing white easily. Um, wow. What did TJ? I gotta watch the actual video. I don't know what TJ came up with, but I don't know. I just want to let you guys know that I have a video linked in my description, so watch it when you have a chance. It talks about Michael's bloodline. It's all factual, all researched. I don't know why people are like, they have to like this. I don't know. It's so weird to try to discredit that. Like, Michael, people need to learn about who they are. Black people in particular, Black people are always talking about like Black Lives Matter and Black this and Black that. They don't know who the fuck they are. How could you love something that you don't know? You don't know who you are. Stop believing this bullshit that you learned in high school and this bullshit you learned in college. That is not the truth. They lied to us about our history. Hi, Sammy. Wait, so TJ said he had Spanish in him? Oh, because of his mother. And yes, Native Americans are African. That's what I'm saying. They did not come over here on a slave ship. I didn't say they didn't come from Africa. I didn't say that. They did come from Africa, but they did not come over here on a slave ship. All Black people that are in America did not come over on a slave ship. They might have come over from Africa at some point. Yes. They might have migrated here from some point, but they didn't come over here on a fucking slave ship. I think it's on YouTube. I think it's on. I haven't seen the video yet. So I honestly I have no idea. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I just know I saw people posting like, "Oh, I'm so confused. I thought that Michael had Native American." I'm like, dude, he does have Native American in his bloodline. What are you talking about? Unless Joe is a liar. Unless, because Joe is the one that said that. I'm gonna find it. Hold on a second. Joe is the one that said this. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna fucking find it. I think he said it on Twitter, but let me just see. He actually put it on his Instagram in 2018. He said, I am often let me make sure this is his actual page. So I think it is. Let me just double check. Hold on a second. Want to get it right. Yeah, this is his page. Okay. He put on his Instagram page, I am often asked about my part Choctaw Native American Indian ancestry. This is my tribe symbol. It has been with me all of my life and connects me to those long since departed. My life at night, he hashtag Choctaw. Joe said this. So unless you're calling Joe a liar, and if you're calling Joe a liar about this, then you're calling Joe a liar about this is what I'm talking about. People have like their own, they pick and choose shit to fit their narrative. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do that. You can't pick and choose things for your own narrative. You should be consistent or not. So if Joe is saying this shit, then if you're saying Joe's a liar about his ancestry, then you're saying that Joe's a liar about everything. I actually read about this in a book, and that's how I got all the documents. So I gotta find that. But like, it's not just like family folklore. It's true. Like they are actually part Native American. It's in their bloodline. So I just wanted you guys to like be aware of that. Let's see here. In Choctaw, Native Americans are most often found in Mississippi, so like the South. So I mean, it all it all lines up. Well, Black Choctaws in particular. So he posted this on May 4th, 2018. He posted this about his family. Oh, you know what? I should have put this in my goddamn video because it actually has that like peacock looking. Let me show you guys. I'll post a link. Hold on a second. I'll post a link for you guys in here. All right, here's the link. Exactly, Clea. They changed the Black Indian classification from Indian to Negro. They do. But people are trying to perpetuate that because TJ did a DNA test and he didn't show it, that they don't have it. That's crazy. That's ridiculous talk. It's absolutely ridiculous. The Jacksons definitely have Native American DNA. They do. That is, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what TJ posted or what he said, but I did that research, and they absolutely have Native American DNA. They absolutely do. Just because it didn't show, because those tests are not created to trace indigenous Native American people. They are not created for that. They intentionally leave that out of the test. And a lot of Black people don't know that. They have no idea. They're not educated on that stuff. I mean, you can look at them and tell they have Native American. If you guys Google this, I mean, it's all over the place. Like it's the information's all here. Let me see. I'm trying to find another article about it. So it says, can I actually read this? Let me see. Oh my God, it's like a whole fucking blurb. It basically says, Joe said, the name Jackson was received by us from great-grandfather of a father, July Gale. Nobody called him July. Everybody called him just Jack. Great-grandfather Jack was born in the tribe Choctaw in the beginning of the 19th century. He was an Indian shaman. He was very much appreciated for his abilities of doctoring. Also, Jack in his youth worked as a scout in the U.S. Army. Um, when Israel, so let me see here. He fell in love with a woman named Gina in 1838. They gave birth to their first son. They named their son Israel. I think Israel is the person that's in the picture I posted. So in the past, if one of the child's parents was a slave, the child was also considered a slave. Um, Indian Jack was considered a free person, but a great grandfather, unfortunately, was a slave. That's why Israel couldn't hope for anything else. Um, Israel grew up. People nicknamed him Nero, Nero, son of Jack. And then she became Nero Jack's son. It's like a whole blurb about it. He lived on a plantation in Louisiana. He had 6 children born to his girlfriend. So later, Nero actually married another Choctaw. She was 3/4 Choctaw. Her name was Emmeline. All of this is in that video I posted, guys. If you look in my description, there's a video that gives all this information. It talks about all of it. But they lived on a farm in Sunnyvale, Mississippi. What did I tell you guys about the Choctaws that are in Mississippi? That's usually where they are. The the Black Choctaws. So, I mean, I'm not going to go into all that. I'm just telling you it's factual. He attested to lies. He didn't know the results. Just spoke to them. It's just horrible. Hold on, exactly. 1% Native American, African, and Asian all in one identification. They put it all together. Exactly. So yeah. So I'm just telling you, I mean, it's not really a big deal. I just want you guys to be like educated. People who say, "Oh, Black people didn't have Native American," that is not true. I should send to get. I should actually. I hate sending them like hoaxy stuff, but I might actually send that to him so that he sees like you need to like look up your family's history because you got some Native American in your history, baby. You got a lot of it. This is coming from his grandfather. This is not shit that I just made up on the internet. This is coming from Joe Jackson's mouth directly. Joe Jackson has stated this several times. So it's not like I'm just making it up. So if you're saying I'm a liar, you're saying that Joe's a liar because Joe, okay, I'll check it out. Yeah. So the thing is, people, and guys, make sure you send um this video. Please post it to your page so people can see it because people really need to understand this shit, like the truth about who Michael really is, who he where his bloodline comes from. Nobody is taking away from Michael being Black. No one's taking away from that. But Michael definitely has Native American. He is strong, 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 strong Native American lineage. It's what contributes to his healing, what contributes to his dancing, what contributes to um so many things about him and who he is as a person, where he comes from. So I just want you guys to definitely like I can post the link in here. Let me find it. Hold on a second. What threat? Um, people are definitely entitled to their opinions. It's fine. But I think you should know all sides before you draw your conclusion. Here's the video. I just posted it if you guys want to check it out. And just like lumped it all together, River. Terrible. Awful. People don't know that's what I'm saying. Like people do not know their fucking history, and it's what causes. So if you do not know who you are, how can you love who you are? If you don't know where you come from, if you don't know who you are, how can you teach future generations about who you are? Yeah, I'll definitely do that. You have to know who you are. You have to know where you come from in order to know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really important. If you don't know where you come from, you cannot have a clue as to where you're going. And that's why it's important. I don't like misinformation being out there, like people saying, "Oh, I knew the Jacksons had no Native American blood," because that discredits my shit. And I put a lot of research into my work. I did a lot of studying, a lot of research into. Hey, 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 Mr. Licky Lick, stop it! Hey, gross, knock it off. Um, I put a lot of research and work into what I do. So for someone to post that they have no Native American at all because he did an ancestry test is stupid. Also, too, keep in mind, I want to be clear about something. The ancestry test and the 23andMe test, they are individual for each child. So, like, I know the Kardashians had done one, Chloe and Courtney, and they had the same parents. But like Chloe's ancestry test said that she had like 45% Middle Eastern, and then like I don't know, like 40 something percent European, and then like the West was like African. But Courtney's test was like 32% North African. Then it was like Middle Eastern. Every every child pulls different parts from their parents. Every child pulls a different part of their DNA from their parents. So it's not going to ever be the same, no matter who the person is. Exactly. Isn't that crazy? Because I thought Didi was Dominican. I don't agree with that, Clea. I don't think they're not real. I think how people interpret them are not real. I don't think they're all fake. I don't believe that they're all fake. I think they're real. But I think people understand how to read them and they leave shit out of them too. That's fair. Yeah, I have to check the video because I didn't see it. I have to look at it. I just wanted to hurry up and like post this before people started getting all crazy and like like, oh, it's not true because Michael definitely is. He definitely has Native American lineage for sure. Exactly, River. That's what I think too. I think they're misunderstood. I don't believe they're fake. That's ridiculous to me. Yeah, yeah. Because I thought TJ's mother was Dominican. I thought for sure she was. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to just come and tell you guys that. Like, I didn't want to make a big deal about it, but like, I just wanted to clear that up because that's like I said, it's just not real. It's not. It's like fake information for someone to say that Michael has um no. I know people have gotten those tests and it's been very accurate about like where they're from. So I don't believe that they're fake. That's my personal opinion. I don't think they are. Personally, I don't think they are. But everyone's entitled to their own opinions. I think people just misunderstand them. But yeah, I'm not gonna stay on here. I just really wanted to tell you guys that. I'm gonna actually have some other shit that I have to do. But I definitely wanted to like let you guys know that just be very careful like you're following and listening to because people will give you like the wrong information based off of their fucking opinion and not facts. So I just want you guys I always tell you guys to be very mindful of who you're following because if someone discredits one thing, it can discredit a lot of like really good information. So make sure you're paying attention to what you're listening to and who you're getting information from because like for sure, Michael definitely has Native American lineage that is very strong. Like it's a very huge part of his identity. And I think Michael will be very pissed off if someone was saying that he did not have Native American as well, because Michael said it himself too. I think Michael will be pissed if he knew people were saying that he wasn't Native American. I think he'd be really pissed off about it. I really do, because he is, and it's part of who Michael prides himself on being a black man. He also prides himself on being like who he is, and a very part of who the structure of who he is based on, you know, that. So that's why I wanted to, yeah, you guys are the fucking bomb. And I'm sorry I've been around much, but I've just been really, I've really taken like a huge break from the internet. I just there's a lot going on, as we all know. There's a lot happening right now in the world, and I told you guys on my last like live that there was a lot of stuff going on, and like um a lot would be happening, and it looks like a lot of stuff is actually happening right now. So yeah. Um See that because the Jacksons have no Native American, and the rumor that Catherine is Asian is also. I've never heard that Catherine was Asian. I don't know who the fuck started that rumor. That's stupid. Catherine has Catherine has a mulatto parent, so one of her parents is biracial. I don't remember, either one of her parents is biracial, or one of her grandparents is biracial. I can't remember. But people who say we have no Native American are just very misinformed. The so I guess Pearl had said that she wrote a book about the climate in a perspective unvisited. She said she learned that not that Native Americans, but Black people could not be Native American because laws that separated blacks and natives due to the white race fearing collaboration. I don't know why she believes that was actually like you think they actually kept black people and Native Americans apart. That's misinformation. That's not true. They took the Native American name from black people and called them Negroes. They did not separate them. They took the name away. Those are the facts. Michael very much. If you look at Michael's like all of his work, all of his influence, all of his art, you can see that he's very, very, very much influenced by Native American culture. So yeah, I just want you guys to just be really careful. People try to like change shit around to fit their own narrative, and it's very murky water. Very murky water. You know what I'm saying? People will change things to fit their narratives, and it's not cool. It's not cool, you know. Because Michael is very. I mean, if you look at Michael's work, his art, if you really pay attention to Michael's actual, I'm not talking about the shit that he's saying when he was a kid. The people are so obsessed. People are still so obsessed with this image of Michael Jackson. It baffles me. If you look at Michael's actual like art creativity, you can see his roots very much influence in his art. I don't know why. I feel sometimes I'm just like I feel like I'm in the fucking twilight zone with some of these Michael Jackson fans, because it's like they don't see him. They still don't see him. They still they claim they love Michael so much, and they're a Jacksonologist, and they know they've been a fan since they were little. They know all this shit, but they don't know him. They still don't see him. I just it really blows my mind that people still don't see him. It's really crazy. Dumb as hell. These fucking they're fucking stupid. And I hate to be crass, but they are. They're fucking stupid. They're stupid. Like dumb. Like Michael having Native American lineage doesn't take away from him being a black man, because it's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. Indigenous people are black. It's the same thing. That's why people are so uneducated. It doesn't take it away from me because it's the same thing. I just man. Yes, they could be. They could be anything. Indigenous doesn't mean that you look like one specific thing. You could be native and like anything. Yeah. But people have no reason to be brainwashed anymore because the truth, the facts are there. People live in their own fucking ignorance and it's stupid. It's not it you shouldn't in 2021, you should not be ignorant. Just because you I'm college educated. Just because you have a degree and go to college doesn't mean that you know facts. You have to look for real facts in life, real truth. Just because you have a degree doesn't mean that you're educated in the ways of the world. Education comes from studying yourself, reading yourself, learning things yourself. It doesn't come from what somebody's telling you. Yes. Many Native Americans, let me show you guys something. I always thought that Paris looked very, very Native American. I always thought she looked Native American to me. When I think of like a Native American girl, I always think of like her features, like her like facial structure. It's how she looks. She looks very native to me. I always thought her, Genevieve, they all look very Native American to me. We're stupid as hell. I don't fucking know. I just don't get it. We're dumb as hell. I'm not really like. I'm not really involved in a Michael Jackson fandom at all. I don't really like. I don't really like get involved with the Michael Jackson fandom. Honestly, I can't deal with it. It's like always some bullshit. These people are so dumb. They're like obsessed with Michael, so they create these fantasies in their heads. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I am so like not a part of the Michael Jackson fandom. I never really was to begin with, but I'm really not now. Like I don't like go to and I don't follow any of your Twitter accounts. I don't watch YouTube videos. I don't do the Instagram thing. I literally stay away from Michael Jackson fans because I can't deal with it. It's like it's such bullshit all the time. They're always complaining about something or fighting about something or blaming someone. I'm not even talking about believers. I mean, just generally speaking, um, I just don't fuck with the MJ fandom at all. I don't do it. They are like problematic as hell. I just can't get involved because they're just like they make shit up. Everybody has their like own fantasy about Michael, and they make up things to fit their fantasy. Exactly. Who Michael? Oh no, I mean Michael's cool. It's cool to like I mean I'm talking about just as far as his fans. Like, yep. I just think if you consider yourself to be a pillar in a community, like a researcher or a journalist, you should have facts and not just like make shit up. That's my only thing. Like you shouldn't just make things up to fit your narrative. If you are a pillar in a community and you make people look up to you, it's important for you to report facts and not just things that go along with your opinion. Exactly. I've never done that because I don't have a fantasy about Michael. I don't have a particular way that I think he should be. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a reason to make shit about him because I don't care. Like, dude, it doesn't. I don't give a fuck. Like, let me just make something clear. Like, I don't give a fuck if Michael's kids are white, black, mixed. I don't give a damn. What I don't like about that whole thing with Michael's kids is that people are calling him a fucking liar. That's what I don't like. When you say that Michael is a liar, here's my problem with that. When you say that Michael is lying about his kids, you to me, you're opening doors for people to say he's lying about other shit. And if someone can lie to their kids about where they come from, then they can lie about touching kids. You know what I'm saying? It's a very slippery slope. I don't like it. I don't like how people do that. To me, if Michael did an interview and said, "These are my children, they are my biological children," that should be the end of the fucking discussion. Period. Period. Okay, good night, hon. Feel better. It should be the end of the discussion. Period. There should be no discussion or talk about it. If Michael said those are his kids, those are his kids. Period. And people who question, I'm not saying you can't question him and say, like, um, people can have an opinion. People can say, Michael's tripping, those aren't his kids. I don't care. If people don't think that Michael's kids aren't his, like, that's fine. That's their opinion. But people who go on and on and on about it, like proving a point, like, I know, like, back in the day, a couple years ago, these people used to fuck with Paris online all the time. And like they would always say stuff like, well, we're calling out the fact that she's white because she doesn't appreciate the fact that Michael adopted her or some. I don't remember what they say. They say I don't remember exactly what they would say. They would just say shit like that. I'm just like, dude, even if Michael adopted his kids, they don't have to appreciate that shit. Like, do people understand that? You do not ask to be born. You do not ask to be adopted. Michael's kids don't have they don't they should. They should be grateful that Michael is their father. They should be grateful they were born into privilege. They should be grateful. But they don't have to do shit because nobody asked to be born. You don't owe your parents shit because you're born. When you have kids, like it's your responsibility to be a good parent to that child, to raise that child and be a good parent. Kids don't have a responsibility to you. You have a responsibility to them to raise them a certain way, to be good to them, to make sure they're taken care of. You don't owe your parents shit. Now, when you get older, when you're an adult and you can turn the tables and give back to your parents and take care of them and do that, that's fine. But this thing that's like, uh, that these kids like they should act a certain way because Michael, like, okay, but Michael is not there. So like I never understood that mentality. That you think that somebody has to that Michael's kids owe him. Michael's kids are not his fucking fans. They're not his fans. They don't owe Michael this idolation that fans have. They don't owe him shit. Now they should respect their father. They should be appreciative they were born to a dynasty. They should be, but I've always heard Michael's kids say, I appreciate my father. Paris has said it multiple times. My father gave me a platform and I appreciate that. I appreciate the platform that he gave me. I appreciate everything that I have because of my father. I would have nothing. She said it a million times, but like it's like she doesn't have to walk around being like, oh my God, like I worship the ground he walks on. She doesn't have to do that. Nobody has to like worship Michael. Nobody owes Michael shit. Michael chose to be a celebrity. Michael chose to be famous. Michael chose to do all this stuff. He made those choices. Then he chose to have kids. He made that choice to have those children. I just don't understand why people have this like weird, like, I don't know. It's just really weird. I've never seen Michael like that. I just see Michael as being like this most talented, amazing man. Um, that has so much talent and has so much to offer the world, so much perspective, so insightful. I see so many beautiful things about Michael Jackson that have nothing to even do with his music, but just like him as a person, like the way that he sees things, his perspective, and like I love that about him. But Michael, people dehumanize the fuck out of him, and it's so sad. So at the end of the day, like Michael has made so many mistakes. He's a human being. He's a person. And he went through life not being able to make mistakes because people would judge him. And the fact that people do that to his kids is like, it's mind blowing to me. Because just because you have Grammys and you're famous doesn't give you a passage to make mistakes. But because someone's your child, they can't. It's very disturbing. It's disturbing what people do, but this obsession with Michael is like really fucked up. That's why, like I said, I'm not around the fandom. I don't get involved because I've never in my life seen people that act like this. It's so fucking weird to me. It's very strange. They treat him like he's a god or something, like he's a god to be worshipped. But he's not. Michael is not a god to be worshipped. Michael is a very amazing, insightful, beautiful man that won the hearts of millions of people with his talent and his insight and his light. And that's beautiful. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing. But he's not God. He's not to be worshipped. His children should not be treated like shit because they don't follow in his footsteps. His kids, Michael's kids don't have to be like him. They don't have to like, oh, not swear and not do this and do this shit and blah blah blah. Someone was like, oh, like Paris is a liar because she said Michael swore. How the fuck do you know what Michael did in front of his kids? How do you know? How do you know Michael didn't swear in front of his kids? You don't know. You weren't there. You were not there. You don't know what kind of father Michael was to his kids. Nobody knows. It's just so weird how people are like. But this all goes back to what I'm saying about people like saying that Michael doesn't have Native American lineage because in their mind it fucks up the idea of who he is. That it takes something away, but it doesn't. Know your history. Know where you fucking come from. If you don't know where you're coming from, you don't know where you are going. You need to know who you are, especially Black people. Especially Black people. We need to know where we come from. You need to know your birthright because you do have a birthright. You literally are royalty, literally. But people don't, because all they have in their mind is that their ancestors came over on a fucking slave ship and they took on a white man's last name, they took on a white man's religion, and they did all this other shit. That's all people know. They don't know the truth about who the fuck they are. And you know what? That's dangerous. When you don't know your history, that's very dangerous because you are destined to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over. That's how generational curses exist because people don't break cycles because they don't know how to. You cannot break a cycle if you don't know how it started. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. Like, people are so uneducated. A college degree does not make you educated. It does not. If you don't know where the fuck you come from and who you are, I'm sorry. Like, you're lost forever. And if you're white, you should know history of yourself and history of Black people too. Because if you're white and you have children, your white children need to know their history. They need to know history of people around them. This world is never going to change if we don't know the truth. So we all have a responsibility to know where the fuck we really come from and who we are. And just spitting into a tube is not going to tell you that. There's more to it than that. You have to have knowledge. If you don't have, that's why I don't really make videos anymore. Because people don't want knowledge. They just want people to just tell them shit. And that's it. They don't want to, people don't want to read and listen and study. They don't want to do those things. People want them to tell them everything. They want to be spoon fed things. They don't want to actually research things, you know? And they don't want people don't want the truth of who they are because it makes them, it takes them out of their comfort zone. They can't stand to be out of their comfort zone. You know, they can't, because when you have to start confronting who you really are, you have to start confronting other things. And people they don't want to leave their comfort zone, you know? Unfortunately. And it's sad because it's like, I don't know. I don't know everything or even close to it. I'm only myself really just trying to understand like who I am. But I just know that if you don't know who you are and where you come from, then you're never going to know anything. So, guys, there's a lot of stuff happening right now. You know, there's a lot of things, and I don't think people are really paying attention to shit. They're not. You know, there's this quote by, I think it's Gandhi, that says, "Be the change that you seek in the world." And that is so true. It sounds like a cliche, but it's very true. You can't expect things to be different if you don't make changes yourself. I know Michael didn't write he didn't write Man in the Mirror, but that story it's actually a true story. It's true. You cannot expect change around you if you don't know who the fuck you are. You can't expect the world around you to change if you don't make changes within yourself to understand who you are. I think a lot of people want the truth about who they are. Like, for such a long time, people actually believed that it was a conspiracy that aliens existed, right? That aliens, but it's true, but they do. I mean, this is a fact. There is like cosmic disclosure now proving that there are extraterrestrials driving like these vehicles flying around the earth. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a tinfoil hat thing. It's actually fact. There are extraterrestrials taking people, making this is not just like made up. This is factual shit. It's actually happening. But for a long time, people were told they were crazy if they believed it. What do you guys think of like the RH uh um factor in bloodlines? What do you guys think that is? Where do you think that comes from? There's so much shit happening right now that people are not paying attention to. And it blows my mind because I was never a Michael Jackson fan. Okay. I wasn't. I was not a Michael Jackson fan. I didn't follow Michael Jackson's music, any of that stuff. But as I researched his life and like listened to his music, there's so many messages in his music about these things, about um, indigenous Native American people, about extraterrestrials, about all kinds of things. So the fact that people just like don't Michael Jackson fans should be like the most enlightened people on earth because Michael has talked about this stuff for so long. It is. It is still a problem, Sandy. You know, it's not about I do only in like factual shit. I don't really go down like conspiracy theory like rabbit holes. I'm not into that shit because like I know by just being a believer and like having this Michael Jackson channel, like it's so easy to go down the. Did you guys see that documentary on HBO about QAnon? Like that's what I'm talking about. It's so easy to get swept up in bullshit and taken down, a fucking like crazy hole. And I don't really get involved with like conspiracy type things. I mean, I just look at facts and I just like I draw my conclusion from facts that I see in front of me. That's very important to me, as a person, as an individual. So when I see all the things that are happening right now in the world, it blows my mind because like you would think that Michael Jackson fans would be the first people to say, okay, like Michael told us, but they don't. Michael Jackson fans are still going to lives where there's 100 people in a live and people are talking about fucking death hoax clues, where people are talking about fucking songs written in 1965. Michael was a kid. People are still obsessed with these things that don't fucking matter. June 25th does not fucking matter. It doesn't matter. Who the fuck cares about June 25th anymore? Okay, he did or he didn't. But why? Why? Why did he or didn't he? Why? That's the thing that bothers me about this community. Like I always want to do so many videos, but I get so tired of it because people are so obsessed with things that don't matter. It's like it's crazy to me. They don't talk about anything Michael was talking about. They completely ignore all of his messages. They don't pay attention. People have huge platforms, huge. I mean, thousands and thousands of subscribers, followers, and they have these platforms to talk about these things that Michael. My platform is not even that big anymore. I only have like, I think I have 6,810 subscribers on here, I think. And that's what I have, right? I think that's all that I have on here. And on my on my YouTube account. I don't really have that big of a platform anymore. But I try to come on here and like talk to you guys about things that I think are going to be insightful when it comes to what happened with Michael. But people get bored with it. They're like, they're bored. They don't care. They want to hear about clues that people are dropping that Michael's alive. It's like, I don't know. It must be incredibly frustrating for Michael. Like people thinking that Peter is Michael. Like, I cannot fucking believe in 2021 people still believe Peter is Michael. I cannot believe people still believe that Peter is Michael. I can't. I cannot believe there are groups of people that believe that Peter is Michael. Like, I have no problem with Peter. I really don't. I don't. I like Peter has his little business going. He's selling his cups and his mugs and his socks, and he's doing real good with this. I'm proud that he is like doing his little business. But if you really think that Michael, you really think Michael just sits there, like just fucking sits there all day and posts on Facebook and posts on Twitter and posts on Instagram and is going to fucking seminars and going to Walmart and just, I mean, it's like, yo, come on. That shit is so disrespectful to Michael. If you want to believe that, I am not coming for nobody. I'm not coming for nobody. I'm not coming for nobody. I'm not saying any names. I'm not coming for anybody. I'm not coming for anybody. But it really is fucking sad. It really is. If you think Michael is just sitting on his computer, I don't have a problem with Peter. Me and Peter, we're like friends on social media. Like it's hot. Peter posts some. Here's the thing too. Here's the thing too. Peter is constantly posting about like Native Americans and indigenous Black people and all this shit. So if Peter's posting all this stuff about this is what, and I'm not trying to like, I am not trying to fight with Pearl, have a problem with Pearl. I'm really not. I am so past that. I'm not trying to have beef with Pearl. I'm not trying to attack her, bully her. I'm not. Here's my question. If you're saying that Peter is Michael, doesn't that completely contradict what you're saying? You're saying that there's no way that the Jacksons have any Native American blood, right? So if you're saying that the Jacksons, why is Peter always posting this shit about indigenous Native Americans and Moors and Black people and Black history? He's been doing this stuff for a long time. I love that about Peter. Actually, Peter's actually very, very intelligent, very smart man. He really is. But why, if Peter is Michael, why does he contradict what you're saying? Michael Michael Jackson's estate is measured at billions of dollars at this point. He doesn't need to sell fucking socks and water bottles. I bought one of those Jackson Empire thermoses. And that shit was really good. That's a good thermos. Like that kept my water cold for a long time. He has good products. Don't hate. Don't hate. Peter got some good ass products, okay? But my point is, I just got time tonight. I'm supposed to be on here for 30 minutes. I'm just going off on a tangent because I just can't. Like I can understand the fuckery of this community. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's very simple. There's nothing complicated about anything that happened with Michael. There's nothing complicated about any of this stuff. It's very simple. Guys, there is a message. There is a message. Michael has a message. We have to get together. I don't like Peter Lucy and Michael either. I don't like it. But you know what? I don't like that Peter calls in lives and pretends like he's Michael. I don't like that shit. But you know what? Karma is karma. And I think when we do things, it comes back on us. So I got no comment about that. You know? Right. I am not coming for Pearl Jr. Like, I have nothing against her. I would love to have a conversation with her. We can talk a lot. We can do a live together. Like, I have no problem with Pearl. I'm really not. Like, I have no problem with her. Pearl has her way of thinking. We have very different opinions. They're very different theories, very different views. We have very different stances when it comes to things, but I do think like you cannot put out something as fact that's not fact. You cannot put on your Facebook page that Michael Jackson is not a Native American when it's not true. You cannot say that you talked to Michael Jackson for thousands of hours, but your Michael Jackson is posting things that's the exact contradiction to what you're saying. So it's like, which is it? That's my entire thing about it. What, like, you have to choose a battle, pick a struggle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I say all that to say this is exactly why I am not in the fandom. This is why I am not in the fandom, because I don't fit into the fandom. You know, I don't. I don't meet the requirements of fuckery apparently, because I just can't with these people. All right, hold on a second. My messenger. Hold on a second. I gotta sign into my Facebook page. I don't even like go on. I like almost never go on social media anymore. I almost never go on. I'm like I pretty much stay off of social media anymore. I belong to a couple groups that talk about contact being made and shit, but that's about it. Let's see here. Guys, I don't know. I mean, and I'm trying to only come into these like lives just like to kind of rant, but it's so frustrating. Like I can't deal. Like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. Did you not watch my video? Look at my video that I did in the description. I talk about that. That video is literally a part of my video, Clea. That video is a part of the Clea. That's the video that's in my description. I talk about them in there. How do we go from MJ in a fat suit to a decoy? I don't fucking know. You have to ask her. You got to ask her about that, because I that shit confuses me too. Because I thought that she was saying that Michael was wearing a fat suit for years. She was saying that Michael was wearing a fat suit, and that was the tea. And I guess now she's saying that Peter is just a decoy. I don't know. I thought that was fucked up when she said he had a fat suit on, though. That's the way to talk about your friend. I don't know. These are questions that I would just love for people to be able to ask Pearl. But Pearl, I don't know if Pearl's open to answering those kind of questions, but I think she should be able to explain it. I'm about to post this link to this video, guys. Hopefully you can see it. Why did I make you laugh out loud? I feel like I'm getting sick, guys. I don't feel good. Did you guys see on Amazon Prime uh Encounter to the Fifth Kind? You guys gotta watch that shit, baby. She won't swear. She won't answer us. She won't swear. Answer the what? How? What the heck? Little same Sandy. Wait, what are you guys laughing at? What did I say? I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna probably get a lot of shit for this video. I don't really care. I mean, I don't follow any of these people anyway, so I don't give a fuck what they say. I don't care if they don't want to talk to me or like. I don't even look at Pearl's page. Someone just told me about what she posted. That's why I look. I don't look at Pearl's page. I don't look at Peter's page. I don't look at like. I don't follow any of these. I don't follow anybody in the MJ fandom anymore because I just don't. I don't have time. I can't type when I'm laughing. What did I say? The whole Peter thing is so crazy. Yes, I don't know why. I don't know either because Peter is cool people. It's like he really is. Peter's cool as fuck. I mean, I don't have a problem. I don't like that he doesn't like, I don't like how he kind of like flows with that stuff. It kind of it's annoying, but I mean, Pearl just I don't know. I think Pearl really does believe that Peter is Michael. And that's what makes me so fucking sad. She believes that man is Michael Jackson. I told Pearl, I told her ass when she first I remember I was in a chat room. I was in a chat room back in 2000 and I don't even know what it was. It was back in the day. We were all in a chat room And somebody asked, Peter was in the chat room, and Pearl was doing some kind of interview with that Dina Naj chick. And somebody asked Pearl, do you think Peter Pan PYT is Michael? And she said, no, I don't. Okay. So I think I left the community for like a year or two. I was gone. And I came back to Pearl saying that Peter was Michael and all this other shit. And I was like, hold the fuck up. I messaged Pearl and I said, Pearl, Peter is not Michael. And do you have proof? I said, what kind of proof? Do you have photos and videos? I'm like, why the fuck would I record someone like talking? I don't do shit like that. I don't record people I'm talking to. That's a weird move to me. If I thought that Michael was some guy that lived in like North Carolina, I would get my ass on a plane and go to North Carolina and knock on the fucking door. That's what I would do. If I was so convinced that someone I was talking to was Michael, I would go to their house. She knows where he lives. If Peter is a decoy, if she talked to Michael for all these hours, it's like people don't use, and I'm not hating on Pearl, I'm not hating on her, but if people don't use like simple logic to me, if Peter is Michael, okay, so if Peter is the decoy for Michael, but she talked to Michael all these hours, when Michael say, "Hey, I want you to meet my decoy," she should be on a first name basis with Michael's decoy. They should be having lunch at Chick-fil-A, getting custard, hanging out, right? On Michael's dime. Michael should be treating them both to lunch. I mean, if that's the case, if she knows for a fact that Peter is Michael, that Peter is a decoy for Michael, they should all be hanging out together. I just blows my mind. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. I think that Pearl really does believe that Peter is Michael. I think she really does. And if that's what she wants, I don't think Pearl should get bullied for that shit. I don't think people should attack her and do stuff to her because she thinks Peter's Michael. That's fucked up. Like get her fired from her job and shit. That's not cool. That shit's wrong. I don't think that's right. That's not right. Like going to her house and getting her fired from her job and all that shit they were doing to her. That's wrong. I don't like stuff like that. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like she can believe what she wants to believe. If her followers want to believe that bullshit, that's their choice. That's what they want to believe. That's their choice. I don't think she should be bullied, but I think it's crazy. I think it's stupid to me. I don't think that Pearl thinks Peter is Michael because of how she was taught when she did that live. He said that Ja wasn't a bad person. That Pearl got all pissed off and was like cussing him out and shit. I don't think she would talk to Michael like that. That's why sometimes I don't know. I just wish I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to like comfort Pearl. It's just this is all just my opinion. I mean, you know. But I am not into that bullying shit. It's not okay to attack someone, like you making videos about them and like going to their house and they got her fired from her job. That's fucked up. You're messing with someone's money. Like that's not cool. Get someone fired from their job because they don't their opinions different than yours. It's not okay. I don't agree with that stuff at all. But I think that if you're in a position of being a journalist, people are going to say things about you. And Pro needs to get, but when it comes to that, she needs to have tough skin. Because people are gonna say shit about you. They're gonna like have an opinion. You can't get mad at people for having that opinion about you. But it is a damn wrong thing to get someone fired from their job or try to come to their house or threaten them. That to me is like wrong. But if people have an opinion about you, what you think, you have to accept it because that's part of what you're doing. You know, people are gonna have an opinion. I think that I think that Michael I think that Michael used to talk to Pearl. I do. I think in the very beginning Michael did talk to her in the beginning. I think when Pearl got involved with Peter, I think that no, I'm sorry. I think that Michael cut communication with Pearl when she did that ebook because I think that Pearl said some very uncool shit about Michael's kids. Michael does not fuck around about his kids. his kids, like, it's off limits. And I think that Pearl said some things in that book that would have offended his children. I think Michael backed off when she was talking about Michael and her publishing companies. I think that stuff is true. I do think that Michael was going to use Pearl as like a vessel in this. She's a journalist. She can report. She can get the story out. She's credentialed. I do believe that Michael was using Pearl in the beginning. I do. I think he had intentions on working with her, but I think Pearl got caught up in the game. I think Pearl got caught up in the game. And when she got caught up in the game, I think Michael backed off. I really do. I don't think Michael has anything to do with Peter. I don't. I don't. I think that when Michael used to be online, he used to talk to Peter, but I don't think that he's involved with him now. I do not. I mean, you don't have to like Michael's kids. Like, Michael's kids are not little children; they're adults. You don't have to like Paris. You don't have to like how she is. You don't have to like her ways. You don't have to like Prince. You don't have to like them. But I think to disrespect those kids and then think they're giving you clues is crazy. How can you say like horrible shit about Paris and then say, "Oh, she's giving me clues"? Like, bitch, she ain't giving you no clues. You call Paris white. You said she was a drug addict. You said that like her boyfriend was a fucking white supremacist and that she was a white supremacist. You said that she lied about being like, you said so much shit. Paris is not giving Pearl clues after she disrespected her like that. Like, that's ridiculous. Paris is a fucking Aries. Aries do not forgive. They do not forgive. Like, they remember shit forever. I love Michael's kids. I think Michael's kids, I've always seen his kids as like this beautiful reflection of him. I've always seen them that way. All of them remind me of him in some way. And I think Paris reminds me so when I look when I started doing this death hoax and I looked at Paris as she got older, Paris to me is exactly who I think Michael wanted to be. Hands down. I don't mean like musically. I'm not talking about as far as like talent. I mean personality wise. I think she is the side of his personality that he hid from people. But people who were close to him, people who were very close to Michael, always say that Paris reminds them of him. They always say it. People who are very close to Michael always say that Paris reminds them so much of Michael because I think people who trusted Michael and got close to him saw that side of him. She is most definitely the side of Michael that Michael hid from the public. Oh, you got an Aries sun? I'm always surrounded by Aries. I just found out that through my moon and my rising, I'm a Scorpio, which is so crazy. I'm a Scorpio rising. And I'm always like really drawn to attracted to Scorpios. And I'm like, I don't know why, because like, so a Scorpio is a stay away sign for an Aquarius. So I was always like attracted to Scorpios. And I'm like, why the fuck am I attracted to Scorpios? Because they're like my stay away sign. But apparently, I am a Scorpio rising. So I have like some Aries in my chart as well, but I've got more Scorpio. I've got Scorpio, Virgo, Aries, and Aquarius in my chart. You're a Libra? Libras are my people. I have a little bit of Aries in my chart. My node is Aries. My north node is an Aries. So my north node is an Aries, but I am a Aquarius sun, but my rising is Scorpio. My moon is Scorpio. I feel like an Aquarius though. I don't know. I guess I do. I definitely have Scorpio personalities though. Oh my god, Sagittariuses are like keep coming up in my zodiac all the time. Sagittarius are fire sign, correct? I've been on here for a fucking hour after I said I was not going to be here for more than 20 minutes. You're a Sag, yes. So I finally like learned all the zodiacs what they are. So Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries are fire. Air is Aquarius. Wait, what are the air signs? I know Aquarius is an air sign. People think that Aquarius is a water sign, but it's not. I think Scorpio is a water sign. Scorpio, Pisces, and what's the other one for water signs? Scorpio, Pisces, and what is it? Scorpio, Pisces, and I'd always forget. I don't know. I just know that I'm air and fire do not fucking mix. Cancer. That's it. Yes. Water signs are so beautiful. Like they're such beautiful people. Aquariuses are crazy as fuck. They were like there's something like there's like Aquariuses are like the most unbalanced people on earth. Like they're insane. They're crazy. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I don't know. This world is so crazy right now. We just have to get together. I think the Libra is an Earth sign, correct? Is Libra Earth? Is Libra Earth an Earth sign? Because I'm like sick. I'm scared I have COVID. My sister is a Pisces. She's on a different level of understanding and intelligence. Yeah, Pisces people are beautiful. Pisces, like water signs, are so beautiful, and they're so kind and like caring and like nice. You're unbalanced Libra. I thought I was just Aquarius, so I did my natal chart, and I was like, holy shit, I'm actually a Scorpio. Like I have Scorpio all throughout my zodiac, my chart. Why am I getting sick? No. I don't think I got COVID though, because I can like smell and I can like taste. I can smell. Although I had chicken earlier and it was very bland, but I can like smell and I can taste. And I think I'm just getting like a cold or something or the flu. I'm gonna, dude. You can get a vaccination here in Vegas the next day. I went online today to look at vaccinations. I can get a vaccination tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock if I want to. Aries is not the best sign. Get the fuck out of here with that. Aries are crazy too. I don't think so. Oh my god, I had food poisoning the other day. I was so sick. My mom was Pisces. She was the most forgiving person. Yeah, they're beautiful people. The first is always best. I don't think so. The last is always best. I want to start reading people's like tarot sign. Like I want to start reading tarot cards. I think I could do it really well if I wanted to. Be coming into winter, so everyone is starting his. Oh shit, we're starting summer here. It's like so hot today. I'm sure I'll get all kinds of backlash because of this video. I don't give a fuck. Dude, I'm gonna stop swearing like soon. I think starting like next month, I'm gonna stop swearing for good. I'm gonna say any swear words. I'm trying to like change my vibration and not like have any negativity. Is the vaccine available to youth yet? You can get it if you're 16 and 17, and they're pushing for one that you can get when you're 12 to 15 soon. I wasn't gonna get that vaccination, but like I want to travel overseas, so I'm gonna have to get it. So I might get it. I don't know. I'm thinking about getting it this week if I get it. I mean, I don't know. I want to have a baby. I'm afraid that but my ass is getting old anyway. I don't fucking know if I'm gonna be able to have kids. I'm pushing fucking 40. I haven't had one baby yet. Aries, my birthday tomorrow. Oh my god, these Aries in here. Whatever. Who's an Aquarius in here? All Aquarius, stand up. Damn, that sucks. I'm an Aquarius. Our spring turn to. So I'll stop wearing. Are you gonna stop swearing, Sandy? I'm gonna stop swearing. I'm trying to like raise my vibrations, so I'm gonna stop saying hell no to what, Kimmy? What's the hell no mean? Aquarius, the added sign. Excuse me, Aquarius is amazing. Yeah, we are so special and so incredible. They had to add us because we were like way too cool to fit in with you other losers. So like, you know what? Let's create their own category because they're so fucking dope. So that's what they made Aquariuses. Do I sound like I'm sick? I think I'm definitely getting sick. I've been trying to like fight it all day, but I feel it coming on. I'm definitely getting sick. I don't think it's like COVID though, because I don't have like breathing problems. I just feel sick. I usually don't, but snow pisses me off. I swear all the time. I'm trying to stop swearing though. You're not getting a vaccination? Yeah. I usually don't, but now. How come there's gonna be so many people in here, but only like 5 people talking? People just come in here and listen so they can go talk shit later. I was in that bitch's live and she was saying something about Pearl and Peter. She said that Peter's not Michael. And she said that like Michael is not black. People are so pissed off. Stay mad. And she said that Paris was Michael's child. I never understand people who come into these chats and just like listen, but they're just like so pissed off. Like I don't understand it. If I don't like someone, I stay the fuck away from them. Like I would never go sit in someone's like live just to talk shit on them. Like that's so weird to me. I am totally raising my vibration. I've been working on like I've been working on it for weeks, like just like studying my like um myself and just like I've been praying a lot and meditating a lot and like reading a lot about energy pools, energy leaks. Like I spent a lot of time with myself lately. I'm just trying to get myself like centered. It's hard, but I've been doing it a lot. It's kind of I don't care who record me because I stay mad, stay mad, stay mad, stay mad. Paris is so pretty. I got something for you guys. I got a present. Hold on. I got a present for y'all. I'll do it right now. Hang on. You guys see it? No, I haven't moved yet. Okay, what's your question, Davis Maho? Davis Maho. What is your question? Are you still there, Davis? Davis, Davis, Davis. I think everyone should be trying to increase their energy and raise. You pronounce my last name right. Meho? People pronounce it wrong? Really? Because it looks like that to me, like Meho. That's really strange. Well, I'm glad that I was able to pronounce your last name right because, you know, you gotta get to sleep. Love you. Say, okay, cool. Good night. Talk to you soon. Kimmy, Dolly. Oh my God. Guys, I'm getting sick. No. Oh. I need some chicken noodle soup. Okay, so waiting for your question, my dear. My fucking laptop's about to die. Are you still making connections with the Hopi people? I I am. I'm gonna move to another room, so hopefully this doesn't die. Like, my charger's in the other room, and I wanna answer your question, but I've gotta move to a different room, so please bear with me. And my dog's gonna trip me. Jackson, do not trip me. Bro. Hang on 1 second, okay? I'm gonna move to a different room so I can answer your question because I have to. Oh, I gotta get my chargers in the other room. It's in here, so I have to use this. Why is it so hot in here? Oh, fuck. Okay. So, hold on, I'm getting my charger right now. It's so hot in here. My room is cold. Okay. Are you still making connections with the Hopi people and Michael? Are you joking right now? My fucking laptop just died when I plugged this in.